Today, we are starting a war between these 7 countries to see which country makes the best strawberry jam. Over the last few weeks, I've been trying food from around the world, which got me thinking, which country makes the best strawberry jam in the world? So I went back to my local supermarket to buy every single country's signature strawberry jam, but my local supermarket does not have strawberry jam from every single country on earth. Failure! So we're gonna have to settle with these 7. First up, we got some delicious looking strawberry jam from Poland. We also got some very fancy looking strawberry jam from Greece. This very cute bottle of strawberry jam comes from the powerhouse of gourmet, Italy. But when it comes to sweets, Italy has some competition, like Belgium. Speaking of which, when it comes to gourmet, you could never forget the French. But who knows, maybe France will lose to the small but mighty island nation of New Zealand. Lastly, we have a surprising contestant from the land of the pharaohs, Egypt. The rules are simple. We have a tier list, the best being S tier, the worst being F tier. And together we're gonna figure out where all of these jams fall into. Let's go, starting with the French. Oh wow. For starters, it smells pretty expensive. It smells like the kind of jam you could expect to find at a high-end hotel or something. It's very slimy. Cheers. Wow, okay. So this is good. Guys, you could honestly just harden this into a candy or something and it would probably sell. It's really good. I want to put this in S tier, but I don't know if it's worthy yet because I haven't tried any of the other jams. So let me try one more and then I'll confirm whether or not France is in S tier. Either way, you have some really good jam. Next, let's test out some Italian jam. Oh, this is elastic. Ah! Wow. Once you take the packaging off, it basically has no label. Open. It has a relatively premium smell, but look at this. You could use this in zero gravity. Maybe gravity hasn't been invented in Italy yet. Okay, it's far less slimy than the French jam. Cheers. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It kind of tastes like the jam you'd expect at your grandparents' house. Not bad, but also not a high-end hotel breakfast. I kind of want to put this in B tier because it's not the best, but it's also not the worst. Although it does taste way more healthy than this French jam, so Italy gets A tier for the health points, but the French jam, this gets S tier just for the flavor. So far, this is the best. Next, let's check out what Greece has to offer. Judging from the outside, it looks kind of expensive. Honestly, I'm not the biggest fan of the smell. It smells kind of bitter. It's basically as slimy as the French jam though. Cheers. The texture is very similar to the French jam in S tier, but the flavor is more bitter. If I was a 43-year-old going through a midlife crisis, I think I'd eat this because it'd make me feel more muscular because it's a bit bitter. But since I'm not a 47-year-old going through a midlife crisis, I put this in B tier. It's unnecessarily bitter for a sweet breakfast strawberry jam. B tier. Next, let's check out what New Zealand has to offer. Open! Okay. It's not quite as solid as the Italian jam, but you can still tip it upside down, so there might not be gravity in New Zealand. Interesting. You learn something every day, don't you? Oh wow, it's very hard. It literally looks like jelly. Cheers. Okay. It almost doesn't taste like jam. It tastes closer to a really rich jelly. It tastes less natural than this French jam. This French jam just actually tastes like crushed strawberries. New Zealand jam tastes a little bit more artificial, like I don't think it's as authentic, but somehow the flavor is really good. I think it's the difference between a super high-end luxury hotel breakfast and a nice hotel breakfast. So I'm putting this in A tier. Not quite as good as the French jam, but still very good. Okay, next let's try Poland. I've had a bunch of things from Poland and so far most of the stuff has been pretty good. So I'm hoping the jam will be as well. Okay, this Polish jam smells almost identical to New Zealand jam. So does it taste different? Oh wow, it's so solid. You actually have to dig it out. Wow, that is so solid. Cheers. Interesting, okay. I'm starting to figure out the similarity. So this Polish jam has a very similar smell and texture to this jam from New Zealand. However, the jam from New Zealand is a little bit more soft. It actually tastes like a jam. This jam from Poland is starting to verge on no longer being a jam and being more like a jelly. Like a literal hard jelly you have to chew. I don't mind that. I actually kind of like hard jelly, but since we're technically ranking jams here, not jellies, I gotta put it in B tier. It tastes almost the same as New Zealand jam, but it's a little bit too much like a jelly. Let's check out some jam from Belgium. What? What? Wait, hold on. The lid's broken. What? The lid's actually broken. Look, it'll just turn forever. Oh, ah! Hi. Okay. Obviously, you do things differently in Belgium. It smells kind of similar to S tier French jam. What about the texture? Okay. Not too jelly, but also not too slime. This is cool. Cheers. Belgium? I should have known. You got some good jam. It's very close to that perfect balance of not too sweet, but also not too bitter, not too jelly, but also not too slimy. It ticks basically all of the boxes. So Belgium, I'm putting this in S tier. You've got some good jam. Lastly, we have some Egyptian jam. Now, I have no idea what jam from Egyptian is supposed to taste like. Let's give it a try. Open. Okay, guys, I think the fragrance might be a little bit weaker than all of the other jams we've had, but it actually smells more natural. Let's give it a try. Oh, it's very solid. Okay, it's definitely not a slime. Cheers. Very interesting. Now, I know I did just put Poland in B tier for being too much of a jelly, but this Egyptian jam is different. It's definitely not an S tier, I know that, but I think it might actually be more healthy. Like, I can actually still see the strawberries in here, which is making me think, is this more jelly-like because it's actually healthier? And so I'm sorry, Poland. I know it's basically the same, but I'm putting Egypt in A tier. I kind of feel this is the jam I'd be eating if I wanted to be jacked, but I'm also not going through a midlife crisis. And that's about it, guys. These are the results of the Great Strawberry Jam War of 2025. Let me know if you want to see another war. I'm thinking something along the lines of like an instant ramen or something, and that's about it. Bye-bye.